Hello, it's Dr. Abby on Tell Me the Stories of Jesus. I'm a young girl, remember? And these stories are for young boys and girls like me who are Christians. You want to live right, you're friends of Jesus, and we'll learn together from his stories in the Bible. So the last time we talked a lot about Jacob, and we're still talking about Jacob today, but we're focusing more on Jacob's sons. Remember, how many did I tell you that they are? 12. 10 and 2. 12. And the last two, Joseph and Benjamin, those were the sons of Rachel. Remember, Rachel is that wife that Jacob loved the most. And unfortunately, she died early. She died when she was giving birth to Benjamin, the last one. That's so sad. But that made Jacob love those two boys even more. And again, what we don't like, he did. He made them his favorite, especially Joseph. So Joseph was the daddy's pet. How many of you are daddy and mommy's pet? Well, Joseph was daddy's pet. And you know what Jacob did? He even bought him a coat like mine. It's beautiful, isn't it? A coat of many colors. And Joseph was so immature. Immature boy. He was daddy's pet. So what? Daddy liked him the most. So what? There was a reason why daddy liked him the most. But then he wasn't going to let anyone be. He flaunted it. He made sure everybody knew about it. My coat of many colors. I'm daddy's pet. That's me interpreting it. The Bible didn't actually say that. But from the Bible, we know that he did it so much. The older 10 boys, they didn't like him at all. They didn't like Joseph. And do you know one more thing Joseph used to do? He used to tell tales. Imagine, how many of you tell tales? It's not a very nice thing. Daddy, Bobby beats me. Daddy, Bobby ate the chocolate. Daddy, Bobby didn't wash his plate. Daddy, Annie didn't do XYZ. Oh my God, it was tiring. And his brothers hated him for that. So one day, his older brothers would always take the sheep and take them, flock to go and eat and all. And Joseph and Benjamin will be home with daddy. And then one day, their father said, Joseph, we've not heard back from your older brothers. Do you want to go and look for them, take some food to them, and things like that. And with all his faults, Joseph was obedient and he would walk. He will do whatever you tell him to do. So he said, yes, I will go. And he went looking for his older brothers, and he got to Shechem, where they were meant to be, and he couldn't find them. And so he asked somebody going around, have you seen my brothers? There are 10. So it was a large group, so anybody will see them, isn't it? And then the person said, oh yes, they've gone this way. And then Joseph started to look for them as guided by that stranger who he saw. As he was coming, and guess what? He had his coat of many colors again, so it was easy to know him from afar. As he was coming, his brothers were like, bang, that's the boy coming, coat of many colors. And there was another thing he used to do. Joseph was a dreamer. He was a dreamer. He sleeps and he will dream. That was a gift God gave to him. And he will dream about the future, things that would happen. And so one day he dreamt, he saw sheaves, and then he saw the sheaves bowing down to him. There were 11 of them, because he had 11 brothers, plus Benjamin, the younger one, bowing down. And then he will wake up and tell his brothers about the dream. And they get upset. Are you saying that we're going to be bowing down to you? And then he will dream again, and he will see 11 stars, the sun and the moon bowing down, meaning all his siblings, his brothers, his mother, his father will bow down to him. Even his father had to tell him off. So his brothers had it to hear. He was really irritating. He tells tales, his daddy's pet. He dreams dreams that makes them subordinate to him. And so when he was coming, they said, good, we're going to kill him. Kill again? Kill him. And then another brother that was kind said, no, don't let's kill him. What are we going to benefit? Let's just put him in the well there and leave him there by himself. So they agreed to do that. So when he came, that coat of many colors that he flaunts about, they took it off him and put him in the well. And so the brother that said, let's do that, he went to do something because he was kind. In his heart, he wanted to come back and rescue him. So that brother was kind. No matter what Joseph had done that he didn't like, he didn't think he deserved to be treated that way. So he went away. He was going to sneak back and get him out of the well. But unfortunately, before he came back, a group of traders were coming. They were going to Egypt. They usually go to Egypt to sell all their goods. And in those days, they also sell slaves to the rich people in Egypt as servants. So when Joseph's brothers, when they saw those traders coming, they were happy. They stopped them. They brought Joseph out of the well and sold him. They sold him to Egypt. And that was it. And then when the brother came back and said, oh, let me get him out of the well, it was an empty well. He was so sad. He tore his clothes because he knows daddy loves this boy. How is daddy going to survive? You know, he was a kind-hearted person. And so the others were like, you know what we'll do? They killed a goat. They put the blood of the goat all over the coat and then took it back to Jacob and said, see what we found. Is it something you're familiar with? They were pretending. And then Jacob saw it and he was like, oh my God, this is the coat of many colors I gave to Joseph. That means an animal must have killed him. Oh, I'm going to be sad till the end of my days. I'm going to die thinking of him and being so sad. He was so sad. Heartless brothers, none of them even said, oh, daddy, really? Sorry, that's not it. Sorry, we're sorry. This is what we did. No, they just left him to it that way. And that was not really nice. But we're going to stop today knowing that Joseph, daddy's favorite, was sold by his brothers to the traders as a slave to Egypt. And when he got to Egypt, a top man in the army, his name is Potiphar. Potiphar bought him and put Joseph as a slave in his house. The next story will continue from there. But like we usually do, we go back and see what have we learned from this story. Number one, we've said adults shouldn't have favorites, but then because we're children talking to one another, we'll leave the adult bit alone. So how do we then handle it? If I'm daddy's favorite and I'm mommy's favorite, I'm not going to irritate people with it. In fact, I will use it, and that's what we should do, as an advantage to everybody. So if I know daddy will always give me money, then I will also say, daddy, can my sister Alice also have some money? Because I know he won't say no to me. Daddy, Bob's shoe is bad. Can we go to the shops? Get a shoe for me and also for Bob. You know, whatever is that advantage for you, use it to bless others. Don't rub it in and make yourself look like the only one with that privilege. Lesson number one. And then lesson number two, telling. It's not nice. It makes people not like you. I'm not saying when you see people doing something bad, you join them or you keep quiet. But there is a way you go about it. Telling is when you do that thing so that those people get in trouble and they are punished, and you keep doing it over and over and over again. Why not talk to them and tell them to stop it so that they stop getting into trouble, and explain to them why it's not nice, rather than running to an adult all the time? You try correct them and see if they will change. Yeah? And then what other story? You shouldn't hate your friend, your brother, whoever, so much that you think of killing them or leaving them stranded. in a well and things like that. No, that's not a nice thing to do at all. It's not a nice thing to do. And even that brother that wanted to come back and save him, that's a good one, but he could have stood up to the others because he was quite elderly. He was old in the position. He could have told them, no, we're not doing it. No, I'm not agreeing with you. So we should learn to stand firm. And when people want to do something that is not good, as children of God, no, I'm not joining you. Not that I will come back and correct it. No, I won't even join you to start with. Let's go back to Joseph. God gave him that gift of dreaming and knowing the future. He was very childish about it. I mean, God tells you how bright your future is, and then you go and share it with people that hate you. He already knew his brothers didn't really fancy him that much. Learn to be discreet. Learn to be careful who you share your dreams with. It's good to have dreams. It's good to share it, but you have to share it with the correct people. You have to share it with who God says you should share it with. Even if it's a friend that is a Christian, a child of God, loves the Lord, stories of Jesus friend, if God does not say share it, keep your mouth shut. Learn how to manage whatever talent, whatever gift God has given to you. Okay? And till we meet next time, I think I've gone through most of the lessons that I can from that story, things that, God wants us to correct and work on and be better boys and girls and Christians that is heaven bound. So let's put all that into practice, even as we look forward to the next story. Coat of many colors, my papa made for me. It's nice, but I must learn how to manage every gift that I get from human being, from God. I must learn how to manage it and be mature about it. Till the next time, bye-bye.